Hi everyone. In last couple of session I have explained about string. So in this session let's discuss about string buffer. You know string buffer also very important. So if you have not gone through my last session, so you please go through it. If you understood string, then it will be really useful to understand this string buffer. You know string is immutable. Everything is same, but the string buffer is mutable. That means we can change it. So as I told, if we have a let me create a class for you. So if there is a string object, string s1 equal to Java, and I will say s1 equal to s1 dot concat. Like, so here in this case, if we print s1, it will print Java text. So I told, string is immutable. That means once one object will be created, we cannot modify it. Here we are concatenating, and here we are modifying. No, it is in really it is not modifying. Actually, in string constant pool, one object is created in this line number 6, that is Java. Once we added take, it will be one new object will be created, that is Java take. So here two object getting created in string constant pool, so memory getting lost here. We are losing something. In this case, if we take string buffer instead of string, we will take string buffer. So string buffer is be equal to new string buffer. So if we pass here Java, and then if we say sb dot, here there is no concat, here concat method, no sb, here append method, here you can use append method. Then if you say take, in this case only one object is getting created in case of, because it is mutable. That is only big difference. If I'll print sb, here it will print sb Java take. Okay, sorry, if we'll print this sb, it will print Java take. So here it is not creating a new object, in the same object it is modifying. Okay, and it is not using any constant pool, it is in heap memory, it is getting created. Okay, if we'll create a string object, how many ways we can create that string object? If we'll see, if we'll create the string object, we are having many types, many constructor of the string s1 equal to new string. You see, we can pass a string, empty string, or authorize a string, other string buffer, string builder, a byte string, many more constructor is there to create. What I'm trying to say, if we'll create a string object, we can pass a string builder or string buffer. Okay, so what is that string builder, we'll see in next session. String buffer I'm teaching. Okay, so here if I'll say string object, it can take a string buffer object also. That means there is a string buffer object like this. Buffer sb equal to new string buffer. If I'll say Java take, and same sb we can pass here. and we can print that. This one it will print. You see, we created a string object, we are passing a string buffer. It's possible. Like this, we can have a string builder object and byte character. Many more constructor is there if you'll see. Okay, you see. So like this, you see, we created a object. Like this string buffer also can be created in multiple ways. Okay, I can say string buffer is be equal to new string buffer, and if you'll see, if you'll go this, you see, string buffer can be created by using the passing the string and all these things. Okay, if I'll say string buffer, we can create, these are the ways we can pass empty and authorized character sequence. We can pass a capacity, then authorized string. So all these things we can create. Okay, so let me create, this is, okay, string buffer. I will say Narendra, then I can print that, it will print. If I, but I cannot create like this. I cannot say string buffer as like string, we cannot create that string buffer. I cannot say sb2 equal to Java, something you cannot say, because this is a string literal. So we are assigning a string class to a string buffer, which is not possible. One class object you cannot assign to another class object without typecast. It is saying you change it to string, we cannot convert to, we cannot string to string buffer. This is a string, we cannot convert to string buffer. So that's what it's showing the error. So we need to use the string new buffer. Whenever you use the string buffer, it will use heap memory, it will not use that constant pool. Constant pool concept only will come in case of string, it will not come in case of string buffer. Okay, so whenever you will create the string buffer, you can create by using this, by using this capacity. You see, right? What is this capacity? You see, if you create without anything passing anything, okay, I will create this sb2. Okay, let me remove this, let me create sb. Okay, I will create it, and what I will do, I will try to print the capacity of this. Okay, I will say sb dot capacity. Okay, what it will return, it will return 16. This is the default capacity. Okay, so now what I will say, I will say Java. Now I will say, I will print capacity, it become 20. That means it was, before it was the default capacity is 16. We added some character, so it become more, so that 16 is the buffer capacity. Okay, so like this, if you'll add, suppose now what I will do, I will say sb. You see, before it will print. Okay, no, what I will do, I will say sb dot append. So now I will add Java 4 character. Okay, so already 4 character we added, this is 4, one more 4, it become 12, one more 4, then one more 4. You see, this is itself 14 16 character, and this is 4 character, 20 character we added. You see, and we are trying to print that sb capacity. Okay, you see, it was 20. Okay, it was 20, and after that we added a 16. Okay, so for example, I don't want to complicate you. Okay, you see, this is initially it was 16. initially it was 16. Okay, then we try to add more than 16 character. You see there is some space, right? You see this is not 16 character, this is 16 character. You see, now if we'll add 16, it is 16 16. If you'll add one more character, once it is increased, so it become 34. You see, previously it was 16, now I added 17 character more than 16, so it become 34. How? It is calculating the initial capacity into 2 plus 2. You see, initial capacity was, how it is calculating, it is calculating like this. Initial capacity was 16 into 2, 16 into 2 32 plus 2 34. This is the calculation, it is increasing this way. So initially it is providing that 16, if it is increasing that more than 16, it is calculating like this. Also we can create, we don't want that 16 to use, I can say 100. So initial capacity will be 100. So you see, it is 100 and 100. Once it will become more than 100, it will calculate, like if you add more than 100 character, it will calculate 100 into 2. So then plus 2, that way it will calculate. We can do so, we can edit that capacity. So this is the useful of string buffer. Okay, and if we'll go the string buffer, you see, whenever we require to concatenate or append or do some more calculations, okay, so that times we will use, for we know that our string is going to be modified, we, that's why it is mutable, that case we'll go for string buffer. If you are very sure that we are not going to modify much times, and we are using the same object multiple times, then you will go for string. It depends upon your requirement. Okay, and additionally if you see, string buffer also supporting some of the methods, like reverse method we can do directly, and some of the common method, to string length, or some of the common methods is there. Okay, and some insert delete operations we can do, substring also it is there. Okay, so like this, so many calculations operations is there, we can do that. For example, in reality, if you are developing a calculator or a notepad, okay, which content is going to be changed frequently, right? Your calculator will work as per your inputs, right? And each time you wanted to do some calculation with different numbers, right? That case you will use string buffer, so that memory will be managed properly. In notepad, each time I'm removing and creating a new content, so in that case we'll go for string buffer instead of string. Okay, so these are the importance difference between string and string buffer. So as I told, string using this constant pool, but buffer is not using that string constant pool, it is using heap memory. Okay, and string is immutable, but string buffer is mutable. Everything's almost same. Whenever we want to modify frequently, that time we'll go for string buffer. Otherwise any modification in string will be costly, it will be create a new object. Okay, so that string will be slow and consumes more memory, but string buffer is faster. Okay, and in string class we can have equals method already overridden, but it is does not overridden in string buffer. Okay, so as I told, string is slower performance, okay, than string buffer. So if you understood this, what is the string, then you can compare with string buffer. Okay, nothing much difference. String buffer for actually mutable. Whenever we want, some of the scenarios we want to calculate, we wanted to do some manipulations in our string. Multiple string will be created. Some modification will happen to that existing content. In that case, we'll use for string buffer. So if you really understood something in this session, you please like my video and comment. It will be motivate me. If you don't like, please dislike it. Okay. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe it. I will upload few more video. It will be really helpful to you. Okay. It will motivate me. Thanks for watching this video. We'll meet in some other session. Okay. Thank you.